Did you know that you have a power to feel positive energy at any time? Do you want to become someone that feels good no matter what is going on externally? If so, this is the episode for you because we're going to break that down, how you can find the energy that you desire and bring it within so that you can experience the life that you love. My name is Henry, and this is the #1 mindset podcast, the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build our positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be a powerful episode that'll help us shift our perspective and bring in the frequency, the energy that we desire. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again, really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So one of the most powerful things to know is this: perspective will set you free. Perspective sets you free from the energy that you're currently receiving and operating in this life. If you want to know how to change, if you want to feel something else, you don't have to go somewhere else. You don't have to receive something else. You don't need anything external to happen. You just need to change your perspective. And I'm going to give an example of this. So the other day, it was late in the evening. I believe it was Friday night, and it was like 9:30 at night. My wife was working on a project for a gym that she was putting together, like a sign for them. And so she's building the sign, and she realized she's out of yellow vinyl for her Cricut machine that she uses. So she's coming down to the wire to getting this done, doesn't have time to necessarily go all the way to Walmart, get more vinyl, and finish the project without it being super late. So she asked me if I could go get it. Now it's late, it's Friday night, I was starting to relax, just kind of have some me time. But it was the only way to make it possible. So I get in the car and I head to Walmart, not where I want to be, late, almost 10 p.m. on a Friday night. And I get there and I'm sitting there for a minute in my car and I'm thinking, because I'm just like, gosh, I don't want to do this. And I started thinking about perspective. I started thinking about, why does this bother me? And that's when it shifted. I realized that I had allowed myself to receive energy that I didn't want. You see, in the situation, I was focusing on the negative. And I know this is an extreme situation, but this is just an example. You see, the negative was all the things that I felt like I had to do when I didn't want to. But in reality, when I shifted my perspective, I realized that I was bringing myself down. You see, a year and a half ago, I would have bent over backwards to get to go for a drive in the car that I have now. I've wanted that Tesla for a while. I had it on my vision board. It was something I worked really hard to save up for and buy. And now I get to drive it. Yet my perspective was unappreciative of that opportunity to get to drive it. When a year and a half ago, I would have been so excited. If it had been 10 p.m. on a Sunday night and someone would have said, hey, I need someone to run to the store. Will you drive my Tesla and go get it? I would have been excited to do it. It was my perspective that was off. It wasn't the event. It wasn't that I had to go do this. It wasn't that we needed this. It wasn't that it was late. It was none of those things. It wasn't even going to Walmart. It was my perspective that was off. Once I started thinking about that and realizing, I started appreciating the car. I was sitting there for a moment. I kind of rubbed my hands around the steering wheel. I looked around at it and I just felt the sense of pride of working up, saving money, and getting the thing that I desired. And instantly, my internal state shifted. I allowed an external event to change me internally because I didn't protect my perspective. How often in life are you not protecting or setting your perspective? You can shift at any moment. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, you can shift perspective. Now, I know this was a simple situation. Going to the store is not that big of a deal. It was a minor inconvenience. Some of you are struggling with health issues. Some of you are struggling with relationship issues, financial issues, so many things that are very heavy. It doesn't mean it's not true. Your perspective sets you free. You see, what you see in the world, you receive from the world. Your perception is your reception. Those are so important. You have to understand what you look at, you receive. What you perceive, you receive. It's that simple. So whether it's physically looking at a situation, mentally viewing the situation, subconsciously understand the situation, whatever you tap into, you will receive. You have to start adjusting. This is what a positive mindset is. A positive mindset is when you build your mindset that no matter what is going on, no matter what the situation is, whether it's going to the store late on a Friday night, dealing with the financial situation, dealing with people at work, dealing with friends, dealing with family, whatever it is that you are using your positive perspective to see the energy that you wish to receive. It may involve going back in time, as I did, thinking back a year and a half ago, how excited I would have been for that opportunity. How much in your life now would you have wanted so far in the back? And maybe it's nothing. Maybe you're still struggling. Maybe you haven't received what it is that you desire. Then go to the future. Think about future you receiving what it is that you're working for and how excited you will be when you get there. How fulfilled you will be when you get there. It's not about the thing. See, it's not the car that should make you happy. It's not the raise. It's not the six-pack. It's none of those that the fulfillment should come from. It's the work that you did. It's the worth. It's the energy that you provided to make it happen. It's the good that you did to get there. That's what matters. It's the character you kept to do it. I was able to buy that car because of the hundreds and hundreds of episodes I've done, because of the coaching calls, because of everything that I built here and worked up towards. I got to get that thing and it was exciting. But the worth, the feel good is that I built something that I wanted, that I created something that I felt was good. And that was what was connecting to the energy. That's what was brought within me. And then from that moment on, the rest of my night was way better than it was prior to going. When I was just doing some work on the computer, kind of relaxing, ready to, just end everything for the night and just sit back, watch a show, I felt good. I wasn't bad, but I would say I was neutral, not up or down, just relaxing. But after that moment, after I had a little bit of low of using negative perspective and then shifting it to positive perspective from receiving the energy that was within me the entire time by leveling up that vision, tapping into my old self who would have loved to be in the moment of my current self, that energy stayed with me the rest of the night. I felt so good. I was charged up. I was loving everything again. Your perspective sets you free. It doesn't matter the situation. Certainly, some situations are harder to do that in. Going to the grocery store on a Friday night is not a difficult situation. It's an inconvenience. Struggling financially is hard. Your health is hard. Those are heavy situations, but it doesn't mean the formula won't work. Practice it in all ways. Practice it for the easy things. Are you going to class today and you're feeling negative about the class? Think about a year ago when you'd been so glad to be in this class because that means you're closer to graduating. Are you frustrated with your job? Think about when you didn't even have that job and where you can go, or visualize from future self where that job will take you if you operate from your highest potential. You can connect at any moment and receive the energy that you wish. It's all about your perception. Your perception is your reception. You have the power. You have it. And if you think that changing your perspective to feel good to why you go to the grocery store doesn't matter, you are as you are. Meaning, each moment is you. So if you're feeling down with a simple thing like the grocery store, or you're feeling down with the difficult things in life, you're still down. Shift your frequency at all times. Raise who you want to become. Lift your perspective. Be as you are. You are powerful. You are love. You are peace. Be it at all times. This life is a constant learning. It's a constant opportunity to get back into the frequency that we desire. Some events are difficult, some are mild, some are easy. Either way, shift your perspective and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on whatever it is that you're going through and really helped you realign your vision so that you can realign the energy that you receive. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. There's also the Positive Mindset Facebook group. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you are ready to level up, if you're listening to this and you want to apply this formula, you want to have a system that helps you connect to the energy that you wish to be at all times, let's work together. I'm a mindset coach. This is what I do. In my 12-week program, we build the version of yourself that you want to become. We align your mindset with weekly one-on-one calls and homework to help you reinforce it with actions, thoughts, and alignment. This is how you shift. It's not about going on the diet program. It's not about changing your budget. It's not about just getting the new job. It's about becoming the person that you desire and then acting in alignment with it. So you don't miss the things that you have to cut out. You love the things that you get to do. And that's a very different perspective. That's how you become the highest version of you. That's what we do. So if you're interested in this program, reach out to me via Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I'll reach out to you directly, and then we can talk about how this program can work for you. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.